So I wasn't going to bother filming this, but actually I thought it might be useful. We have a problem with neighbours. Both sides have behaved like complete arseholes over various points in the last couple of years, and the one on the right of us created a boundary dispute a couple of years ago, and actually I had a warning sign on our new fence facing out to warn everybody about the use of barbed wire, and he came along and ripped this off of our fence and also pulled up a length of wire mesh and some metal posts that were marking our boundary, and we'd left that there and fitted a wooden fence on the inside, so we all knew where the boundary was and our new bit of fence was on our land. That's an ongoing situation, and strangely enough he has just put the house up for sale. And if anyone wants a tip on neighbour issues, always do anything other than get solicitors involved. Obviously there's huge expense possibly on the way, but as soon as you've put anything like that, official, you now have a boundary dispute, and that has to be declared on a TA6 form when you come to sell your property. So this guy has a number of issues, boundary dispute, a couple of neighbour disputes with us, and he's going to have to list all three on his TA6 form, and in the end this could cost him tens of thousands of pounds. So what he should have done was come and knocked on the door, and if he wasn't a man enough to do that, he should have just dropped a letter through the door for Debbie to read. But by going straight to solicitors and making it all legal and official, he's now left himself with a headache. Anyway, so what I decided to do was to get those signs that you've just seen, plus these, mount them on some acrylic sheets which I would need to cut to size, and well, I'll go outside and show you. But so I've cut the acrylic sheets down to size with light burn. I hadn't used the laser for about a year probably. Very embarrassing, couldn't even remember how to use it. But eventually worked out all the settings. So cut the sheets out, thought that's great. Then I thought, well, I have to drill some holes in to screw it to the wooden post. Then I thought, well, that's stupid, just go into light burn, create some 4mm circles and just light burn cut through. What I used is the grid, or was it a grid array function. So you type in your size of the hole, and then you can tell it how many X and how many Y that you need, and just let it do the job. So that's that. And if we go out to where I'm working, we've so what I'm going to do is put a post in the ground in concrete, one of these, and then a second post with the sign will bolt onto the concreted in post. A couple of reasons for that. Firstly, I can adjust the height quite easily. I might, I don't want to put it up and then find, well, actually it's a little bit too high or a little bit too low. So I thought I'll drill some holes in for bolts. I can easily put, adjust the height, and also if we should be having gale force winds or anything, I could actually unbolt the top post with the signs on. So that is sorry about the glare, that is the first one done. Gone a bit over the top with how many holes I've put through, but I mean it's really strong. I think I used 4mm acrylic basically because that's what I had, and yeah, so we've cut out this, cut out the holes, and then just used a little countersink bit from a grotty cheap tool kit, and these screws are now pretty much flush. The only issue I've got really is what to used to glue these to the acrylic. That is just a plastic. This particular one is a couple of very thin aluminium sheets over a sort of plastic core, so it's, you know, painted aluminium. Now I could screw that one in place, but I'd rather not, because that's getting things a little bit too complicated, with the chance of cocking it up, damaging the sign or whatever. I just wondered if a bead of some silicone sealant around there, and just, you know, real thin bead running across, and then just lower it into place. I could roughen up the silicone, it is quite shiny as you can see, but yeah, a very handy use of the laser, which really hasn't been used for quite a while. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. I'm sure it's no interest to anyone really, but for God's sake, neighbours, what a pain in the arse they really are. This side, 3 years ago, it's on my YouTube channel, we went away on holiday for a week, came back, they chopped all our bloody trees down through the trunks, and I had to report them for criminal damage to the police, and yeah, I haven't spoken to them since. Tossers, that's what, 3 years ago. Other side, yeah, chops all the conifers down. We were totally protected all the way along here with massive conifers all the way to the front of the property. Couldn't see any of their property unless we were right down the end of the garden, and we could just see that gable end. He chopped the lot down, left all the trunks in place. He's done up inside. Now it's on the market for 900,000, except he's got a number of neighbourhood disputes to tell the new potential owner about. So yeah, be interesting. So these signs will be going up over the next few days. If anyone's got any tips on what they would use to stick these onto the acrylic, do let me know. And yeah, we'll have a few more videos to come over the next few days. Right, just a little update on the sign. So we've done 2, and what I decided to do in the end was just use some silicone sealant. I mean, I've got this very high temperature God, was it HT10, HT30 silicone. I've used it because that's what I happen to use every day. Very thin bead all over the signs, and then just pretty much line them up one at a time on there. The dog's loose sign, I'm going to cut out some smaller pieces and then just put that below on there, but I think they turned out okay. So yeah, I think we are good to go. That will go off over the next 24 hours, and yeah, we'll get those up in the next day or two. We've got to get a post into 3 positions first, and then I will screw or bolt these to the concreted in post, as I say, so I can remove them, take them down if it's particularly bad winds expected. They should be strong enough, but hey, you never know. Anyway, there we go.